Hey y'all, and welcome back to an episode of Fork Over the Ring, where we all know the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And today I'm going to show you guys how to make my low carb, keto friendly ramen at home. So we are going to go ahead and start this off with some olive oil in a skillet on medium high heat with some fresh chopped garlic. And we are going to go ahead and add chicken thighs, is what I'm currently using. They've already been cleaned with lime juice and water. Um, yeah, add some salt, some different seasonings, whatever you like um, to season this with. Y'all, black folks been eating ramen, top ramen, oodles and noodles for years and spicing them up with different meats, eggs, and sauces and seasonings. We just didn't know that you could charge $20 for a bowl of it at the restaurant when it's 99 cents a pack at the grocery store. What makes this one going to be keto friendly and also low carb is the kind of noodles we're using and what we're putting in. So just so that you guys know, on my chicken, I'm using adobo, I'm using paprika, chili, because I like the spice. So chili flakes, I am using salt and fresh ground black pepper. And that's pretty much all I'm going to put in. A little bit of garlic powder is all I'm using as well. And I cook the chicken on both sides for maybe a total of 20 minutes, just until it's nice and done. Again, you're going to season this however you would typically season your oodles and noodles, ramen noodles, top noodles, whatever you want. This is just a healthier alternative because those are full of sodium, and it lets you have the fancy top or the fancy ramen experience at home, so you can be all sedity and snooty and stuff. So go ahead and let that cook. For mine, I'm gonna have chicken and shrimp. So once my chicken is done, I am just gonna go ahead and take that out, put it to the side, and then we're gonna get into the shrimp. This really isn't a hard recipe to do in total. To cook everything, it took me no more than 25 minutes. When we get to the part of the noodles, you'll see what we're using. They are calorie and carb free, so that is awesome. And like I said, y'all, this ain't nothing new. Like, if you were ever a broke college student, i.e., like myself, that means you ate noodles, and when you ate noodles, you added whatever you could. So that always included a boiled egg and included whatever you had on hand, and that is pretty much what you're going to do in this entire situation. So, although we all have jobs now, well, some of y'all don't. Although most of us are working now, and we can afford to actually pay $20 both for this, I wish I would. I refuse to go to a store or a restaurant and give them $20 for this. So go ahead now and add your shrimp. When you add your shrimp, you don't have to add any more seasonings because you do have all that seasoning and garlic and everything at the bottom of the skillet already. You're actually going to use what's already in this for the majority of this meal. So you're going to go ahead and let this shrimp cook. You guys know shrimp cooks pretty quickly. You don't want to overcook it and make them shrink down to absolutely nothing. And you don't want to overcook your shrimp or your chicken to make it too chewy, because at that point, you didn't learn that from me. Don't nobody want no stiff chicken. Don't nobody want no undercooked raw chicken, okay? Don't do it, sis. Don't do it, bro. And if you do it, do not tell anybody that I told you to do it, because that would be what we like to call a lie. So like I said, you're going to cook this shrimp no more than 5 minutes. Flip it over as you need to, or just kind of flip it around in the pan, and it'll evenly cook on both sides. Again, my heat is on medium-high heat so that I don't continue to cook or actually overcook what we have to bottom of the pan. And after you take your shrimp out, we are going to quickly go ahead and add some onion. This is about 1/4 of a large onion. So not much at all, because I'm just making enough for 4 bowls of this. Y'all know, if you guys have been with me from the beginning, you know whenever I cook, I make enough for 4 meals. 2 for you and Bae that night, and then enough for you both to have leftovers the next day. So when he goes to work, people can be like, oh, who made you that? He's going to say, Bae made it, or she's going to say, Bae made it. And that way, everybody already knows they're taken. And if they act up, they get beat up. Okay, don't beat them up. Unless you got to, then in that case, whatever. Then you're going to go ahead and add mushrooms, which, again, are really great for a keto diet or a low-carb diet. You guys are actually about to get a lot of recipes like this from me coming up, because I got to eat right so I can get ready for these trips. So that means no carb, low carb for me. And that's what Fork Over the Ring is going to have, boo-boo. So you're gonna go ahead and cook down your onions and your mushrooms, really into however you like them. I still like my mushrooms and my onion to have a little bite to it. If you see there, I added a little bit of water to that, just to deglaze the bottom of the pan a little bit. And then that's really it. That's about 4 minutes, and those are done. Then instead of using a chicken or beef broth, you can use whatever you want. I actually just added 2 cups of water, and I have some chicken broth base. I added 2 tablespoons of that to my pot, and that is the equivalent to the seasoning pack when you get your noodles, or it is the equivalent to the broth that you would normally have when you get ramen for a restaurant. Same thing, it just allows me to have it a little easier. And yes, my tongs did fall, judge your mama, not me. And then this is the pasta we're going to add. It's called Pasta Zero. I get it from Giant grocery store, and they serve it in the area where all the vegan food is. It's 0 carbs, 0 calorie, but it eats just like regular noodles do. I use this for if I want Alfredo, anything that I want, this is what I use instead. If I'm trying to do low to no carb. And then again, from this point, because those are actually pre-cooked already, you're really just warming them up. I do suggest that you go through and cut them up a little bit because they do come very stuck together. You are just going to go through and re-season these the same way you did your meats, however you like it. As we all know, I like my food a little spicier than most. So I go ahead and I put in salt, I put in adobo, I put in those red chili flakes, I put in pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and that is it. Once we are all done with that, all you're going to do is go through and plate your food. So what you guys didn't see is I have a medium boiled egg that I put into it. I also have some seaweed that I had laying around that I put on a few little strips of that. I added some bean sprouts. I added some green onion on top and some sesame seeds. All of these things are keto friendly. The only thing that probably wasn't keto friendly was the actual onion because I haven't looked that up. But that's it. And I add me some sriracha and some soy sauce and a little bit of butter to the pan. I'm sorry, I did forget that. Add butter. But that's it, y'all. Make sure that you subscribe, you like, you share. And don't forget, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And go ahead and turn on those notification bells because some of y'all been slipping. And I'm trying to stop working, y'all. So let's make YouTube my full job. Thank you.